Long ago, beyond the snowy mountains and the endless seas, there stood a mighty kingdom called Arandor. It was the greatest empire in the world, with rich green fields, shining rivers, and cities made of white stone and gold. The ruler of this vast empire was King Aldric, a wise and brave king. He had conquered many lands, but he ruled with kindness instead of fear. The people loved him because he protected the poor, punished the wicked, and ensured that no one in his kingdom went hungry. Beside him sat his beloved wife, Queen Elara. She was known throughout the world for her extraordinary beauty. Her long black hair flowed like silk, and her eyes shone like emeralds. Yet the people admired her not only for her beauty but also for her gentle heart. She often visited villages, helped the sick, and listened to the troubles of the common people. Together, the king and queen ruled the empire peacefully for many years. Every morning, the bells of the royal palace rang as merchants filled the markets and children played in the streets. The kingdom prospered, and neighboring nations envied the wealth of Arandor. However, beyond the eastern mountains lay the dark kingdom of Dracoria ruled by the cruel King Varen. He had heard stories of Queen Elara's beauty and of the riches of Arandor. "I will have both the kingdom and the queen," he declared. One stormy night, King Varen gathered his armies and marched toward Arandor. A messenger arrived at the palace with terrible news. "Your Majesty," he said, kneeling before King Aldric, "the armies of Dracoria are approaching our borders." The royal court fell silent. King Aldric stood and drew his sword. "If they seek war, then we shall defend our people." Queen Elara stepped beside him. "My king," she said softly, "our strength has never been our gold or our armies. It is the love of our people. They will stand with you." The next morning, soldiers from every corner of the empire gathered beneath the royal banners. Farmers became warriors, blacksmiths forged weapons day and night, and the people prayed for victory. For 3 days and 3 nights, the great battle raged. Finally, on the 4th day, King Aldric rode to the front lines. With his golden armor shining beneath the sun, he led one final charge against the enemy. Seeing their king's courage, the soldiers of Arandor fought with renewed strength. King Varen's army broke and fled. The empire had been saved. When King Aldric returned to the capital, the people filled the streets with flowers and cheers. Queen Elara embraced her husband and said, "You did not fight for power or glory. You fought for your people, and that is why you are truly a great king." Years passed, and the story of King Aldric and Queen Elara became a legend. Travelers carried tales of the mighty empire and its beloved rulers to distant lands. And so, under the golden banners of Arandor, the kingdom continued to prosper, and the names of the brave king and his beautiful queen were remembered for generations.